All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to break down this really interesting idea that a single cabinet, yeah, just one piece of furniture, could be the answer to all that clutter in our homes. Let's see how they build that argument. So, they kick things off with a question that, let's be honest, probably hits home for a lot of us. It immediately taps into that feeling of being a little overwhelmed by your own stuff and sets the stage for a problem that pretty much everyone wants to solve. And this isn't just about having a bit of mess lying around. The way they frame it goes deeper. It's about that feeling when your home just feels off, a little disjointed, where things don't flow right and the space just isn't working for you. And here's where they list out those frustrations we all know so well. The dining table that's become a dumping ground, the entryway that feels more like an obstacle course. But that last point is the really interesting one. The idea that having too many pieces of single-purpose furniture actually creates more visual clutter and makes our homes less efficient.
Okay, so after laying out the problem so clearly, you can feel the pivot coming. They start building up this sense of anticipation for a solution, and they frame it as something simple, something elegant, something that can cut right through all that chaos.
And there it is. The big answer isn't some complex Marie Kondo-style overhaul. Nope. The argument is that the entire solution can be found in one single, well-designed object. That's a pretty bold claim, isn't it? And what an introduction. I mean, just listen to the words they're using here. Light luxury, high-end, masterpiece. This isn't just a cabinet they're selling. It's being positioned as a piece of art that also happens to be incredibly practical. That name alone is just loaded with promises. So let's unpack that term, light luxury. What does that even mean? Well, in this context, it's about getting that sophisticated, high-end look, but in a way that's subtle and elegant. It's a really clever marketing phrase because it promises premium quality without being intimidating. It's meant to elevate your room, not take it over. And this is just brilliant. This is the core of their pitch. They're telling you, hey, don't think of this as just buying another thing. No, this is a strategic investment. That one phrase totally reframes the purchase. It's not a cost anymore. It's a long-term benefit for your lifestyle. A classic and really, really effective technique. Of course, if you're going to call something an investment, it had better be built to last. So the very next thing they do is focus on the quality, the materials, the construction, basically building the case for why this thing is worth it. So they talk about this combination of two main materials. On one hand, you've got solid wood, which gives you that breathtaking natural beauty. That's the visual appeal. But on the other hand, it's backed up by multi-layer board, which is all about strength and making sure the piece is durable and stable for the long haul. It's the best of both worlds, really. And using those materials leads directly to these promises. This thing is designed to be the cure for flimsy furniture. The stuff you have to replace every couple of years. The whole argument here is that because it can resist warping and handle daily life, it actually justifies that whole investment idea.
Okay, so it's built like a tank, we get it. But now we're getting to the real magic of this thing. It's versatility. This is where that multifunctional claim really gets put to the test.
I love this idea of furniture as a transformer. In your dining room, it's a classic side cabinet for dishes. But then you can move it to your entryway and boom, it's the perfect drop zone for keys, mail, and shoes. And in a bigger open concept room, it can even act as a subtle divider to create different zones. It literally adapts to what your home needs. And to wrap up all that functionality, they use this fantastic phrase, a powerhouse of organization. It's so short, so punchy, and it perfectly sells the idea that this one cabinet is doing the work of 3 or 4 different pieces of furniture. So let's bring this all home. After looking at the problem, the framing, the quality, and the function, what's the ultimate takeaway here? What's the main message they want us to leave with? This pretty much sums it up perfectly. See how it all circles back to those initial frustrations? The promise isn't just about storage. It's about creating a home that actually feels better. It's about cutting down on the stress that clutter causes and literally reclaiming valuable square footage in your own home. And the whole story ends on this really aspirational note. It's not just about getting your stuff organized anymore. It's about turning your home into a sanctuary, a place that's peaceful, beautiful, and just works better. That's a powerful final pitch. So, what have we really seen here? It's a masterclass in storytelling, connecting a physical product to a really deep, practical, and emotional need. And it leaves us with this pretty fascinating question to think about. Can one single, well-designed object really deliver on that huge promise of transforming not just your space, but how you actually feel in it? Definitely something to chew on.